Yes, a very good afternoon, children of 12 arts. Actually, we were discussing on that particular chapter, UNO and its organization. And in that particular part, we have discussed already that what are the different organs by which the UNO is composed of. As I've already told you that the UNO is composed of the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice, the Secretariat, and the Trusteeship Council. Clear? And in that particular chapter, we have seen that, a special reference has been made to two important agencies of UNO. Just be very careful, organs are different things, agencies are different. Don't confuse in between them. One is, organs means the different parts which makes up the UNO, and for different functions, the UNO has different agencies. Like for example, you have heard about the WHO, World Health Organization. That is what? That is for looking after the health aspects of the world. As for example, you can see that in today's time, when COVID-19 has come up as a pandemic situation, so the whole efforts are now being made by the WHO. All the directions, now all these kinds of directions that we have to wear masks, sanitize our hands all the time. So all these things have come from where? These are the directions or the guidelines which are actually put forward by the WHO, because WHO is actually responsible for looking after the health of the world. In that way, in your syllabus, you have two main agencies of the UNO. One is the UNICEF, United Nations Children Fund. Previously it was known as Children's Emergency Fund. Now the word emergency has been removed. So it is an agency which looks after the welfare and the development of the children of the world, as well as all kinds of injustices made upon them. Like for example, banning or prohibiting of child labor, clear, malnutrition, proper nutrition for the children, all these things, they are now being provided by the UNICEF. And another one which has been given to you as an agency, that is the UNESCO. 1 minute, please. Yes, UNESCO is the United Nations. UNESCO is given here. No. means, there nothing has been provided for these things. Added to your syllabus. UNESCO and UNICEF is there, no? Please make sure that whether UNICEF and UNESCO is there or what. Back to our syllabus check. Yes, you are having UNESCO also. UNESCO and UNICEF, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. From here only you can understand that it is an organization which is actually, which deals with education related to culture, related to science, all this. You have heard about that various monuments in India have now been undertaken by the UNESCO. Why? Because, they are all examples of cultural heritage. So many of the organizations I have heard in India that they have now been undertaken by the UNESCO. So the main work of the UNESCO is to promote scientific education research together with cultural development. This is the main work of the UNO. Now, as I've told you the very other day that I will give you in very short some of the functions and some of the details of the various organs of the UNO. So if you are having a pen and pencil in front of you, you can please write it down. First write General Assembly, then write composition and write the General Assembly consists of all the members of the United Nations. As I've told you before also, that all the members of the General Assembly will actually be members of the United Nations. I don't know how to provide you so much of notes. Now for the composition of the Security Council, you write composition of the Security Council. For the Security Council, I am giving you the composition, right? It consists of members, out of which 5 are the permanent members and the rest 10 are the non-permanent members who are by the General Assembly for a term of 2 years. Full stop. The permanent members include USA, UK means Great Britain, UK, comma, China, comma, Russia, and France. These are the 5 permanent members. Next one, write the Economic and Social Council, the ECOSOC, the Economic and the Social Council. Right? I'm giving you the composition of each. Right? The ECOSOC, ECOSOC, this is the short form. The ECOSOC consists of 54 members of the United Nations elected by the General Assembly. From here you can understand the functions of the General Assembly. One of the major functions of the General Assembly is to elect members to different organs of the UNO. Next one come the Trusteeship Council. The Trusteeship Council. I'm giving you the composition. Right? The Trusteeship Council consists of those members administering the trust territories, trust, T-R-U-S-T, trust territories, and as many members elected for a term of years by the General Assembly full stop. Next one, go for the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice. Next one is the International Court of Justice. I'm giving you the composition, right? The ICJ. ICJ is the short form of International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice, or the ICJ, is composed of 15 judges, 15 judges elected for a term of 9 years. Now, write for the Secretariat. Right. The Secretariat consists of a Secretary General and other members such as the linguists, Linguists. Linguists means those who are expert in different languages of the world. Linguists, comma, economists, comma, editors, comma, social scientists, comma, legal experts, comma, experts in the various fields of UN activities, comma, librarians, comma, journalists, comma, statisticians. Statisticians means those who learn statistics. Statisticians, comma, broadcasters. Broadcasters means those who broadcast news. Broadcasters, Personnel officers, personnel, P-E-R-S-O-N-E-L, personnel officers, comma, administrators, comma, security officers, and other clerical staff. Now just tell me, one of you, did you find the PDF of the parts which have been added to your book in the official website of the school? Did you find that part? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So when you have found it, if you are having in front of you, you can see that for the UNESCO part, it has been mentioned that what is the full form of the UNESCO. You study from there. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It was established on 4th of November 1946. You can see that immediately after 2 years, that means, sorry, 1 year. It was established on 24th of October 1945, and the UNESCO was established in the year 1946, 4th of November. Its headquarters are in Paris, France, which is in France. And what is the main work? Its main work is to promote education, cultural, natural sciences, society and anthropology. Anthropology is actually study of human beings, culture and communication. Clear? This is the main work. Together with that, the UNESCO is trying to promote literacy. Literacy means education, technical and educational training. Now different trainings are being provided to people, and all are under the UNESCO. Clear? Next one is the UNICEF, which is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. It was established in the same year as UNESCO in 1946. Okay. And what is its main function? Its main function was actually, when it was founded in the year 1946, the word emergency, why it was added to it was, why, you know, because immediately after the Second World War, the condition of the children was, you know, it was life-threatening, horrible condition. So in order to cope up with that situation, certain amount of funds were being collected for the children of the world. So during that time, it was an emergency situation. So during that time, the word emergency was actually added. Now, emergency is not a part of the full form of UNICEF. And what is its main work? Its main work is to promote child health, what I've told you before, and better living or a better life for the people all over the world, especially the children. And where is its headquarters? Its headquarters is in New York. So these are the two agencies under UNESCO, under UNO, which you are going to have. And next day I will discuss about that what are the changes which are being introduced within the UNO, especially the Security Council Act, maybe tomorrow. After doing this, and I will complete this chapter and I will give you the questions, and then I will move to that particular chapter which I have skipped, that is contemporary South Asia, that one. Okay, thank you very much.